Hey everyone, I'm Mind, and this is set number 71471, Mateo's off-road car from the LEGO Dreamzzz theme. This set contains 94 pieces, 1 minifigure, and will retail for $9.99 in the US when it officially releases on January 1st, 2024. This set was gifted to me earlier for review by the LEGO group through the LEGO Ambassador Network, but all opinions expressed in this video are my own. If you missed it, I've been doing tons of early LEGO reviews, including Ninjago, Dreamzzz, and more, and I have lots more coming very soon, so make sure to leave a like on this video and subscribe if you enjoyed this kind of content. I'm getting super close to 100,000 subscribers, which would be an amazing milestone to reach. So thank you all very much for your support, and now let's get into the video. So here's Mateo's off-road car, and you can see it's basically a car that Z-Blob controls. It uses a lot of the pieces that the Z-Blob set from last year used, but now instead of connecting the hands to the feet, the limbs connect to wheels. That does make for a very unique look to this car, because it's not exactly like entirely car-shaped. It does sort of look like a humanoid robot stretched to the shape of the car, right? Like you can see the body right here, legs, arms obviously, and then the head up here, which is neat. I like that, and obviously it fits with what this is supposed to be. There is like a little bit of suspension to this car, not like actually, but I don't know, there's some looseness in the pieces, so it makes it feel a little more alive. I think that comes with the connection system to the wheels back here. You can see there's a little bit of give. I do actually like that. I feel like it adds a lot of life to the build. It doesn't feel as rigid. We have a few different stickers in this set. We have like Z-Blob's name right here. There's a printed console piece, the Dreamzzz hourglass logo piece, and then there's like this target design, which that was also in the other Z-Blob set. I assume it's just a symbol to do with Z-Blob, though I'm not sure exactly what it's meant to be. The most interesting part about this set, in my opinion, is this piece right here. This is the tiny version of Z-Blob, and that did come in a set in the first wave, but that was the Nightmare Shark ship, which was giant and expensive, and while that was a great set, not everybody can afford to get that set. However, this is the appearance that Z-Blob takes on most of the time in the Dreamzzz show. He's just this little thing that a minifigure could hold on to. So I think this is the best representation of Z-Blob in the sets, but he did only come in one set, so I'm happy to see him come in a second set in this form, and in such a cheap set too, because yeah, this set's only $10. Very, very nice to get that here, and honestly, I think that's the main draw of this set. You do get an extra of this piece in this set too, which is nice to see. But yeah, he just slots in right here. And then we have thrusters out the back, and that's most of what there is to the build. Of course, we have a seat for Mateo right here, so I'm able to sit him down, plop him in. He can hold his stud shooter while he's driving the car, but there's not much else to show here. There's what the underside of the car looks like. So for a little $10 car, I think it's solid, nothing all too crazy, but I think it's fun at the very least. There is also a very small side build in this set of a little nightmare creature, and this is just meant to be an enemy to fight. You can see it's stolen in hourglass, which is just connected to the bottom on a stud, but it uses the Dreamzzz yellow eye piece, some leaf pieces around the side to be wings, and then a bullhorn piece at the top of its head. It's cute. I do really like all the brick-built nightmare creatures, but obviously it is very simple. But of course, this is a LEGO Dreamzzz set, so that's not everything I have to show you, because just like all other LEGO Dreamzzz sets, this build is a 2-in-1. So now let's take a quick look at the instructions, where you can see the front cover is fully illustrated. The nightmare creature actually looks quite creepy here, and I like seeing Z-Blob actually being in the car. Here's the illustration when you first finish the body of the car, but then you're given a choice. You can either build the car, which we just looked at, or you can build this drone instead. There's the full illustration for the finished car, and here's the one for the drone. So now I'm going to take this build apart and rebuild it into the drone. Here's the drone build all put together, and I think I actually like this one more than the car build. Each of Z-Blob's limbs have been lifted up a little bit, and now they have little propellers on the end, and 2 of the car wheels have now been moved out of the back to be like thrusters to move it forward. And I think I like this just because it feels more unique to me. Like, we've gotten lots of LEGO cars before in many different themes, but it's not often we see like a little drone that has like a seat for a passenger. And obviously, yes, Mateo still fits in here just fine, and the drone's able to balance on these curved pieces underneath. I think this build's quite good. Obviously, 90% of it's the same as what we just looked at, but this is a fun change, and I'm pretty sure this version did appear in the show. I'm not sure if the car appeared in the show. I don't know if I remember it, but I almost definitely remember seeing this. So quite cool to see it translated into a set, and I like how it turned out, especially for only $10. But I'll talk about my thoughts on the build more at the end of this video. For now, let's take a look at the minifigure in this set, and then I'll give you my overall thoughts on everything. Here's the one and only minifigure in this set, Mateo. And I mean, he's fine to get. I do like Mateo as a character and as a minifigure, but this is a very incomplete version of him. He does not have his cape, he does not have his belt, and he doesn't even come with his pencil accessory like normally does. So while he's still a good figure, like I love his hairpiece and the printing on it, really cool to get dual molded legs. He comes in lots of different LEGO Dreamzzz sets, and there's better versions of him in other Dreamzzz sets, so getting this guy here is not particularly exciting. He is the main character of Dreamzzz, and I believe this is the cheapest Dreamzzz set so far, so it's good to have a version of him for $10. But if you have any other Dreamzzz sets that he comes in, you probably already have another better version of this guy. That being said, it's a great face print on him. I do really like the leg piece with this guy too. Like the gray jeans with the shoes look really nice. And in terms of accessory, he does come with a white stud shooter that has a green tile inside, which of course, yes, you push down on, stud shoots out. That of course ties in with the color scheme of the car and everything in this set. So yeah, I don't know, good figure to get. There's a full look at his face print, there's his alternate face, but I just don't really know what to say. It's a somewhat incomplete version of a pretty good figure. Happy to have him, but it's like nothing crazy, you know? And yeah, he's the only minifigure in this set, which is a bit disappointing. Would have liked some sort of enemy, even if it was just like one Grimspawn. That being said, it is a $10 set. I can't ask for too much. And so, overall, what are my thoughts on this set? For $10, I mean, it's solid. If you're a fan of the Dream Show, but you're on a budget, I mean, I think this is a good one to pick up. You get the main character, you get Z-Blob, you get an enemy to fight, even if it's not like an actual figure. And both builds are fun. Nowhere near the best $10 set I've ever seen. Like, there's definitely been better $10 sets in the past, but it's not a bad one either. And I do like that both builds are actually pretty good. Like, neither one feels like the alternate build. Both of them feel like they could have been the main build of this set. An actual enemy figure would have been nice, even if it was just a Grimspawn, but I'm happy we at least got a brick build enemy here. And I do think a big draw is that small Z-Blob piece. Honestly, I think that's the biggest reason to get this set if it's not like your first Dream set. But if you do already have like a decent sized Dreams collection, like you got a lot of the first wave, I don't know if you need this set, right? Like, it's not bad, don't get me wrong, but there's nothing in this set that like really jumps out for me. So as such, it's also just a very easy one to skip. So yeah, not a bad set, but also just not a must-have for a lot of people. But I think for kids especially, if you're getting in like your very first ever Dream set, this is a great one to start with, especially if you don't necessarily have plans to get some of the bigger ones. But of course, those are just my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think of this set in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like on it and subscribe to my channel if you're new. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!